Playful, 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 playful shenanigans. Playful, 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 playful shenanigans. I'm going to play a little game. This little game doesn't have a name. It isn't one that you win or lose. It is a game that I made to use this game to end up drawing some things. It's a drawing game. Yeah. So, hello, and this is Playful Shenanigans. And that gets into a deep question of what is a game. And yep, Playful Shenanigans every Tuesday at 4 p.m. I am playing something. Sometimes I'm playing a board game, sometimes I'm playing a digital game, sometimes I'm playing something on Board Game Arena, sometimes I'm playtesting a prototype. And yeah, that's all I've done, except for today, I am going to be drawing more things. Now, how is this a game? Yes, I'm making these creatures for the purposes of putting them into a game, but what is this itself a game? Well, I mean, that gets into the notion of what is a game. I feel like I am making this game in a playful manner because the key difference between work and play for me is that work, you have to do it. You have to do it. Whereas this, yeah, I want to do it. I'm looking forward to having it done. I'm looking forward to sharing it with people. And for sure, there is some outside motivation. I shared some of the pictures, and other people are saying that they like my pictures, and that's great. And it motivates me to do more. But I could stop. That's the key thing. So it is playful. Now, are there rules? Yes, there are. I've drawn up a list of different criteria that these little monsters should have, or creatures, or whatever you call it. And is there agency? Yes, absolutely. So it is basically in the same manner as you might talk about an improvisational game, maybe for music, maybe for acting. This is kind of an improvisational game for drawing. So let's go with that. And I just got in, which is why I'm putting my things over to the side. And hello, Flo. It is lovely to see you. And today I am going to grab my phone because, as I was just saying, today is just a whole bunch of drawing. And I'll be talking through things, I'll be drawing, and hopefully that will be interesting to check out. If not, you can then... I apologize. Wait a minute. Did I not change? Oh, I thought I edited this. I definitely meant to it. Oh, I edited it on Facebook, but not on Twitter or YouTube. That's not great. So I do apologize. Today I am drawing Bizarre Beasties, and I have 3 possible names for this game: either BEZ'S, Bizarre Beasties, or maybe Minuscule Musical Monsters, or maybe Whimsical Weirdos. But let me know what you think, and hopefully that's changed the things on the thing. There we go. So yeah, I hope everyone's well. So that's my introduction, and Flo, I hope you're well. What have I been up to? Like, I did my vlog. Since then, I've drawn a couple of new monsters. What did I... So in the past few hours, I drew this slug type creature, this robot, 6-eyed horsey lion griffiny creature. I don't know what to call it. The 3 mouths. This sort of I'm struggling to... This 3-headed dragon with human legs, I'm going to call it that. with one eyes, and this kind of blobby crustacean with that looks a bit like a jelly with one chicken leg. Those are my creatures. And yep, what have you been up to? What have been some of your highlights? The other thing that I got up to, which I was really chuffed about, is I went to the bank and I did almost everything that I had to do. So I've paid UK Games Expo, I've paid Aircon, so I'm going to go there next year. I've also paid up for a wee holiday break that I'm having next weekend, so I'm really looking forward to that. It's not much of a travel because you know the way the world is, but we're going to a different city, so that's very exciting. 6 of us to go somewhere. Thank you very much. That's lovely of you to say. Now I'm going to see how this rotating thing goes. Is there actually room enough to rotate this? And let me talk about things while I'm setting up the second camera. So yeah, and I'm going to change the thing. Today it's not playing a game, it's being playful. And so yeah, I am Bez. You already know me. If you don't, I made Yogi, and I like games. I like drawing. I like all sorts of things. What else do I like? I like dancing. I like tasting new things. I like slightly spicy food. Do you like spicy food? I'm all about the wee chili peppers. My friend, true story, is living in a place where they have an indoor lemon tree. I believe I might be able to show you. This is an actual lemon that was grown indoors. Is that not amazing? Like, just, it's not in a greenhouse or anything. Just, and then they have chili plants and they've got tomato plants. I was really amazed by what's going on there. And so, yeah, and recently I have been eating my own raspberries, which I grew about a year and a half ago. So last year they gave me maybe 3, 4, 6 raspberries. This year it's already been 21 and counting. I think there's like 5 or 6 more on the go. And we're trying to pin them up to a fence, make sure that they walk around, and yeah, that is what's going on. Have you ever grown your own food? Let me know. So getting my camera ready so I can draw for a little while, and I'm going to get it on, and hopefully we will smile because of, you know, the creatures might make us smile. We will see what happens. Enter studio. There we go. And that is that way. Plug it in. See, these are the things. Again, I do apologize that I'm not as prepared as I would ideally like to be. Just today, all sorts of things are going on. And Flo says, I do like spicy food. I tried those spicy pickles Panic recommended. Oh yeah, the ones that are just that fancy US folk, whereas, you know, us Europeans can't get it. And those were super spicy to me. I do not know them, so I cannot comment. Have you ever had a Scotch bonnet? I once had a tiny sliver of a Scotch bonnet. At the time, that was the first truly spicy pepper I'd had. And I ate the whole thing thinking, yeah, why not? And then it was, oh my God, this is ridiculous. And someone was like, hey, come on, why are you being... And then they saw on the back of the pack where it says, do not handle with bare hands and make sure you wash your hands. And yeah, Scotch bonnets are pretty gosh darn spicy. Scotch bonnets, maybe I can, let's see. Scotch bonnets, I'll get it on Wikipedia. It's a wrinkly little thing, and I wonder how it measured on the Scoville thing. But Scottish bonnet Scotch bonnets, known as bonnie peppers or Caribbean red peppers. It is 100 to 350,000. For comparison, jalapeno has 2.5 to 8,000. Let me get this. And it's rated as 4 out of 5 on the scale from Wikipedia. There we go. Share screen. And thank you, Wikipedia, for making this publicly available stuff. There's some Scotch bonnet peppers in the Caribbean market by Secret London. Nice stuff. Huh. That was taken in Brixton, very close to where I am. There you go. And there's a single Scotch bonnet pepper. And this looks like a Scotch bonnet on the leaf. I've never actually seen one on the leaf before. Yeah, so it's a wrinkly wee thing, and it's a tiny thing, and it looks, yeah, so 350 on Scoville units. I know that with the 350, so that's Scotch bonnets, then you've got like law enforcement pepper spray is 1.5 million. The Naga Piper, Ghost Pepper, yeah. Once he gets above Scotch bonnets, frankly, even 100,000 is ridiculous. This kind of range, 100,000, is where I like. And even like the unspicy things, yeah, bell pepper. I mean, come on, enjoy a humble bell pepper. It's not spicy, but yeah. And jalapeno, I like 25. That's kind of what I like. 25,000. There we go. Anyway, enough of all the chili talk. I have whoops. I've muted that, so hopefully the feedback is okay. And let me try and get the screen actually a little bit higher. I'm going to, so you can see my process. And I'm really proud that I actually finally cleaned my desk a couple of days ago. And hello, Panic. We were just talking about you. We were just talking about Flow 8, the things that you recommended. So yeah, I hope you're well, and thank you for popping in. This is what my camera is currently seeing. I'm going to, it's a wee bit, yeah, it's a little bit to the left, to the left, to the left. Everything is to the left. Jalapeno is more my speed. So according to this thing, jalapeno is 2.5 to 10,000. Yeah. Oh, it's all good. I think, I mean, I don't want to speak for Flo, but anyway, let me explain what I'm doing today. And as I said before, I'm drawing these wee whimsical creatures. Let me actually put up a banner to ask you, what do you think I should call it? My choices are wee whimsical creatures. That's it. Okay, wee whimsical creatures. Or secondly, wee whimsical weirdos. I don't know how that sounds. Or alternatively, BEZ'S Bizarre Beasties. BEZ'S Bizarre Beasties. What do you think of that? And the final possibility that I was thinking was minuscule musical monsters. The more and in case you are completely unaware, whoops, I mistyped there. The game is about seeing these creatures, and then you need to make the noise that you think that this creature would make. So, for example, if I saw this, I might be going, and By the way, hello, Runa. It's lovely to see you. Sorry I didn't say hello earlier. But yeah, so the, you're going to have 5 of these creatures out. These creatures are going to be put onto little cards, normal, you know what size cards are. And then you'll have them out, and then you'll be talking about them. But let me know what name you think. So yeah, Runa, it's lovely to see you. Shenanical beings, I like that. And oh my gosh, Jess, you're awake. It's like so late over there. And Jess is over in Singapore, so why do I say Singapore? In Bangkok. I do apologize. I'm just all over the place today. That's what's going on. But yeah, Jess, what time is it? It must be, I don't know. If it's 5 p.m. at 10, then I guess it's 11 p.m. 22:17. Okay, there we go. So it's not actually too late at all. Well, I hope you're well. I hope you're having a decent egg. So, a decent day. Oh my gosh. I am misspeaking. I'm going to have a drink of this strawberry flavored milk. I'm going to have a big swig of water. And then I'm going to just get started, because clearly I am in too much of a kerfuffle to make any sense with my mouth today. That's good water and nice milk. All that talk about spicy things made me want to have a wee bit of milk. Okay, let me actually move my laptop here, and there, now I can. Okay, so the way I'm doing this is that is just such a nice pun. There's no moderator in chat, so I am going to give you 100 points. Panic. Wait. Oh, the Panic Games. Yeah, I'm giving you 100 points. That's a quality pun. There you go. Like, if I have to go in and moderate, then I will go in and get my hands dirty. But you can always say anything you want, Truna. So, the tools of my trade. I've got this 5B, but I've not really been using it. This is all I use. Stettler Lumocolor. I'll show it to this screen. This is my favorite brand of pen. Stettler Permanent. This is a medium one. This is a fine one. You can tell it's fine because it's got the little F on it. And this is just a relatively hard, very cheap mechanical pencil. I literally got it from I think it was something like 20 pen. It was, yeah, a whole bunch of them, like about 10 of them for £2, something like that. And I think, do I really need 10 of them? Probably not. And it feels a little bit weird, but there's a couple in the kitchen. There's a couple here. So, I don't know. Anyway, so those are the tools that I'm using. And Stettler, yep. I mean, my nemesis, their favorite kind of pen is the Mitsubishi Uniball. So what I'm doing with this deck, is the L deck, is I'm just using numbers to help me randomize things. So if I make myself a little bit smaller, just momentarily, that's the opposite of what I wanted. So I am going to, using my lookup table that I wrote out earlier. How many eyes does it have? It has 1 eye. And now these two numbers relate to the mouths. So it has 3 or more mouths, and it has a happy mouth. 3 or more happy mouths. It has 2 legs, and the legs are birdie legs. Okay, so number 5, I look up number 5 and it's a birdie leg. It has wings instead of arms. That was a 2 in case you didn't see, although, yep, let me pop that there. And what's number 3? It says kind of boily. Okay, so it's a boily creature, 1 eye. Let's just get started. Runa made me, Runa's, okay, Runa kind of doing the thing about birds does make me want to do some sort of bird beak. So maybe I'm going to do some sort of a bird beak. I don't know if you can see what's going on there, but yeah, I guess it's too faint for you to see properly just yet. There's going to be 1 eye, maybe here. There'll be another bird beak, as well as the bird beak. Maybe there'll be 3 bird beaks. Maybe it's a bird with 3 mouths. I don't know what's going on, why this bird has 3 mouths, but it does. That's what's going on. And then what else did we say? So it has 2 legs and they are birdie legs. Oh wow, this is basically just a bird with 1 eye and 3 mouths, but it's got boils. Okay. So it has boils, and if it's got boils, then I guess maybe it's a bit more covered in skin than feathers. I guess that's what's going on. And would you like, shall I zoom in the thing a little bit more? Let me try, and that doesn't make it any better. I might get a lamp. That doesn't really seem to help. Okay. Let me pop that back on the bed and I'll sort it later. Boils can be on the feet. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. That sounds quite horrible. Yeah, it could be. I mean, oh, this is kind of revolting. Okay, so now I'm going to, how many wings should it have? Do we have 2 wings? Yeah, let's go with, this is a relatively normal birdie thing. Okay, so it's got just 1 eye, but maybe if it has 1 eye, maybe that eye should be on a stalk, because why would you have 1 eye actually on your body? I mean, that would just be silly. So it's got to have the 1 eye on the stalk, and there. A little. I'm trying to make this bird look like it's happy, even though I know that they don't normally have the same sort of expressions as we do. Let me do a little tongue. And now that I've started the process, I can put this underneath to make sure that the ink doesn't go to the next page. There we go. That's a happy looking bird. And then it's going to have a bit of a weird boil here and a bit of a boil here. I don't know what's going on with all these boils. It's kind of a bit crusty. Do you have a wall behind that table? I that side is a window. That's where the light in the room is coming from. So the light is coming from in front of me. So that direction. Does that make sense? If there is a wall behind or next to the table, aim the light at the wall. It will diffuse the light. Might help. Bird happiness shows in the eyes, but this looks very chipper. I'm glad. It's like a little bit cartoony. It's not meant to be a realistic thing. It's meant to be like a children's thing, and there we go. It's got a bunch of 3 happy mouths. I don't know why it has 3 mouths. I don't know why I suggested that maybe they should have mouths. I just thought it might be interesting to kind of make the noise of a creature that has multiple mouths. I mean, how would that sound? I really don't know, but people kind of think about it. This is like Tony Hart. Oh, thank you. That seems like a very nice thing. Oh, this is 3 mouths for efficient pecking. I like that. Okay, so we've got a little leg on the back. It's coming up here and do boop boop. A little. Oh, I made that thing go a little bit too big at the end, but don't worry, it doesn't have to be perfect. That's the lesson of the day. Nothing has to be perfect. And it's totally okay to just do whatever and see how it comes up. That's kind of... Oh, maybe if I kind of do some wrinkles, that might look... Maybe it could have like a little bit of almost a bee stinger. That would be quite weird. Let's add a bee stinger. I don't know what's going on with this bee stinger now, but that feels like a possible... there we go. It's a bird with a bee stinger. And oh no, there's a little boil there inspired by Runa, and a little... This doesn't look like the healthiest bird, but I guess it's not a bird, is it? It's an alien thing. Again, if you have any votes for what these creatures should be called based on the suggestions below, let me know. And everyone, how are you today? What is making you happy? Thank you for the kind words, Jess. And have you gotten anything done today that you want to share? Any news with your students? I mean, bearing in mind, obviously, this is a public space. And yeah, if anyone has anything. So when I was going to the bank, someone asked me, why do you have to dress like that? And I asked them, what do you mean? I kind of knew what they meant, but I didn't want to really acknowledge them. And you wouldn't see them as musical. See, who is musical? Because I look fabulous. So I love that response. It was just... And then the person who asked me then said, you're scaring me. And I had headphones on at the time, but I have my volume down low enough so that I can hear what people are saying, and said, did you say I'm scaring you? And they said, yeah, I don't know who you are. And, you know, that made me kind of sad, because it made me think that they basically are going through life, if they're genuinely being scared by people dressing in unusual ways, what's a sad existence? That's just really horrible. And like, I didn't feel anger. I didn't feel like... I felt safe. I mean, honestly, like, for sure, if it had been, at night and I wasn't waiting to go into the bank in a queue, then I would have maybe felt a little bit more unsafe. But no, I've just felt sad for them, and I wanted to say something that would maybe, I didn't want to lash out. I could easily think of something to say, well, why are you wearing what you're wearing, or something like that. But I don't. Yeah, I just wanted to say something that would maybe change their viewpoint, but I don't think that I easily can. And obviously, it's not our job to change other people's views, is it? Much as we might want to. Anyway, so that's a thing that happened. Let me quickly do some birdie things. These are all going to be black and white. If people buy these cards, then obviously they can color them in if that's what they like. If people, yeah, I hope someone suggested that they might use them just for Dungeons and Dragons characters, which would be quite cool if they decide to have weird creatures in a story that they're telling. Maybe they want to be inspired by these creatures, which would be quite fun. But yeah, I think so I want to keep it as line art, essentially, so that people can potentially go in. And so I'm keeping them very quick. I want to make them ideally when I'm not talking, so that like they take me about 10 minutes each. So that's a new creature. I think you can see that okay. It's there we go. The bird, and yeah, there we go. Yeah, I did ask them why they were afraid, and then the person said, "I don't know who you are." And while cycling back from the bank, I feel like maybe I should, if when it happens again, I might say, "We are more than what we wear, so you wouldn't know who I was regardless of what I was wearing." That's ideally probably what I should say. Thank you, Runa. Runa says, I like the idea of making people think about their ideas. Yep. Yeah. That's the ideal, isn't it? Trying to think about the ramifications in the future. And I'm glad that you like that picture. Maybe I should put it up on the screen for the sake of the stream a little bit longer. There we go. That's a bird, and it has a bee bottom, and it's got some boils. It's unlike anything that I would have imagined. I think that I don't know who you are feels a little bit more confrontational than I'd be happy with, but I do really, really appreciate the input. Okay, I'm thinking about a new monster, so it's got 3 eyes. Number 2 means a big mouth. So this mouth is going to be like half of its body at least. It's a sad mouth. Oh, it's sad. Why is it sad? I don't know. It's got no legs, so this doesn't matter. It's got no legs. It's got no arms. Oh my gosh, it's got no legs, no arms. And it is number 1, which is robot-ish. So 3 eyes, a really big mouth, and it's kind of robot-ish. Okay, how am I going to... I kind of regret the robot-ish because I don't want people to make easily just wah, wah, like robot noises and know that it's... Is it sad because it doesn't have arms and legs? I mean, maybe it's got a... Maybe there's some sort of cylinder. Oh, it's got a tongue to hold things. I like that. Oh, I like that. Yes. Like a really... Maybe it's just like a... It's a big squishy thing. Wait, I'm meant to make it robots-ish. So it's meant to look organic, but vaguely inspired by robots. I'm going to make it into a cuboid. So there's a bit of a rectangle thing happening. And then 3 eyes, we said. Okay, let's see. There's going to be... that one, there's going to be one coming off here and one coming off here. So there's kind of 3 eyes at the sides of that feels like it could work. And then yeah, it's got a long tongue and teeth. Okay, so these teeth are going to be a bit more cuboid. Yeah, I think this vaguely works. Okay, let's see. It's not going to be very robotish, despite what I said. But it's going to have smooth, kind of, it's almost like a light. I'm going to try and be inspired by a light. Like maybe there's a little, I don't know, alarm, or maybe a police siren or something like that. Maybe that's what's going on. And this is like a big car, and there's all these lights going off. Going off script, oh my. Maybe robotics should... yeah. Robot aspects. That's what I really mean. Okay, so that's an eye. I don't know if that's clear that it's an eye, but maybe it doesn't need to even be clear. And then very geometrical. That's what I'm aiming for. Very geometrical. And because it's kind of robotish aspects. Yeah. Then we've got teeth. Don't know, like it's just kind of sad, I guess, because it's just this big hulking thing that... should it have teeth going down that way? Maybe. Oh, I should have put this underneath to stop. Yeah. Runo says robotish aspects is the definition of cyborg. I don't think it need... maybe, yeah. Because I was thinking it doesn't even need to have robot parts. It just needs to kind of have bits that remind me of a robot. Do you know what I mean? And so, yeah, this is going to be a very simple creature. This is going to be just a big cube. It's basically a big square box. I don't know what's going on with this. And now I'm going to colour it in. So I'm like, it's probably a good sign if I'm laughing at it. Oh, I feel... But yeah. What are you up to, Runa, today? Are you making things as well? And shout out to Runa. Don't know if... assume we're doing our raid train. I will... if Duchess is streaming today, then I will raid into Duchess, which I do every Tuesday these days, quite often. And then Duchess tends to raid into Runa, and Runa tends to raid into me. And fingers crossed, I need to check with everyone on Facebook, but Ilkaluza might be coming on, which would be really nice. Oh, this pen is starting to run out. I might have to replace this pen. Yeah. That's... So what I do is I kind of colour in the top of the pen so that I don't know if you can see where it used to say M, now it's just black, and that reminds me that it's still worth keeping, because if I want to have grey, then it's fine, but I open another one. There we go. Might get myself a fresh medium. Okay, yeah, that is the robots-ish. Losers will go on holiday soon, says Runa. A couple of the Lusites will take over their stream. It will be amazing. And Runa is going to be one of those people, I understand from what you just said. You're going to do a couple of patchwork doodles. Awesome. Going to do lots of bubbles on tongue. Maybe I'm overdoing the tongue, I don't know, but I've started, so I'll finish. And then I'll kind of criticize myself once I've finished. And so, yeah, that sounds fab. Patchwork Doodle, eh? That's a game I've still not played. I've played Patchwork, a really interesting two-player thing. I assume Patchwork Doodle is any player, like 1 to infinity, like most Roland rights tend to be. I've seen a few sheets from it where people are taking pride in doing little things together, and will I play with you? Depends when. Like watching along? Oh, could I assume you mean like watching the stream, or are you offering that I come and be co-host with you? Because I would love that. I would be all over that. But in August, not before, because until August, I am all about getting ready for UK Games Expo and all that stuff. And yeah, UK Games Expo. Wow, a real board games convention. And I am excited. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping that I have 80 pictures of creatures, and yeah, I'm really excited, but also a little bit nervous about going to a convention for the first time. I was not feeling the artiness yesterday, says Runo, so I did a low effort one. That's totally fair. I mean, you can't be on top of your game all the time. Sometimes you just need to accept what you've done, and learning to do anything some days is a major achievement. While I was waiting in line for the bank, I looked at Twitter and I saw that Eric Lang made a post saying, hey, I have about 2 hours of focus and energy, but I have no game design energy at all, so ask me anything. And yeah, so even Eric Lang, who's famous board game designer, is sometimes getting up and saying, hey, I can't do anything. And, you know, all of us need time to take rest, and it's okay. You don't need to always be the best version of yourself. I mean, you know, I'm actually quite chuffed with how that tongue turned out now I look at it. And yes, I would be up for playing along. Let me know the date. Bruno says, I talk like it's my first time to a convention in my whole life. And of course it's not, but it's been so long. I've not been to a convention since March 2020, you know, just before the lockdown. And yeah, it's been so long, and I'm like, life has changed and things are different, and yeah, you know what I mean, I hope. But yeah, I get it. I've been warned for the lashback when I had my vaccination. This is, I don't know what to call this creature. I wonder if the creatures should get names. Naming them would probably be more than I can handle. I'm not good at naming them. But if you want to name them, you can. This is the robot ambulance screaming sad times thing. I think it's very, even though I have no idea where the computational parts are, I feel like this could be like a cartoon robot. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Hello, J Guard. I hope you're well. And this is going to be screen. So looking at it here, yeah, I'm happy with that. That is a thing that I drew. Now let's draw another thing. I hope you're generally well. We, the people who do care about the world, have been holding back for so long and just trying to survive and stay alive. The moment we can let go of those restraints will be a thing, says Runa. I love that. And I'm glad you are well, J Guard. Lots of love. I'm going to now, I'm just looking at the numbers, and I've got this little lookup table, which I understand you probably can't read, but number 5 means there's going to be lots of eyes. It says 20-ish, so basically somewhere between 10 or 30. Or... There's going to be 3 means a small mouth, but I'm not sure if I should have a small mouth. Let's go with like, okay, it'll be a small-ish mouth. 5, but it's toothy. There's a lot of, oh, maybe instead of small mouth, maybe I'm going to replace that with closed mouth. Small or closed. Because all of these so far I've been doing open. So I'm going to change number 3 to close. So it's a toothy one. And let's see the legs. There's 1 leg. 2 means the feet are actually hands. 4 means that the arms are humanish. And 5 means that it's a bit furry. Okay. So, a furry creature. Lots of eyes. That's a good starting point to think about how to get all these eyes in here with just a little small toothy mouth. And so we've got 2 legs, which are actually hands instead of legs. Maybe the hands are like knuckles. No, that they're going to be like that, like kinds of like that. But yeah, okay, this looks really weird, but I think that's what I was going for anyway. So yeah, hand, and we have it's furry, it's got humanish arms, so I guess it's got 4 hands. So I guess these top hands, maybe they should come down to kind of and lots of eyes and a small mouth. It's going to have lots of fur around here, and I don't know what's going to go on. No, we said a toothy mouth. So what expression should it have? Turn around. Can it have a tiny hat? Asks Runa. Yeah, go on then. Why not? I like the system you created to make the various characteristics of the creature, says Flo. Thank you very much. Yeah, like Robin Hood hat. I don't know Robin Hood hat well enough, and I'm not going to take the time to look up any reference because that defeats the point. But wow, that noise wasn't good. I did go for a cycle today. I did have my 15 minutes up there, 15 minutes back, but definitely actually I'm feeling a little bit tight over on the side. Yeah, I could definitely be doing a lot more stretching in general. Yeah, wow. That's not the best. Have you done enough stretching? Maybe we should all have a break, and Oh my gosh, outside it's so dark. It's literally, I was going to say grey. Like the clouds are very grey. I mean, you might, I don't know if, has it been visible that it's gotten a little bit darker since I started. Anyway, let me pop this away for just a second, and I'm going to pop this up, and let's go left, stretch, pull your arms to the right, and now I'm going to pull my arms back and forward and come up very slow and wiggle my legs and left, right. Okay, back to drawing. Okay, so we said I'm going with a big hat. It's a closed mouth. That's what I've decided. Instead of small, it can be closed. And it's going to have a little bit of teeth poking out. And we said 20 eyes, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, as many as I can fit. Where can another eye go? 10, 11. I can't put in any more eyes unless I give up on the hat. So I'm going to have a little hat. There we go. That's our little hat. And let's see if I actually have a new medium one. I'm going to take a brand new pen. Because fine, medium. There we go. Oh wait, that's red. That's terrible. Medium. There we go. I am back from the storage of pens. Here's a brand new Staedtler Limo color. Runa is heating up a curry. Runa suggests that I might be ignoring my system, but I'm totally not. I mean, the thing is, like, the eyes go 1, 2, 3, 6-ish, and 20-ish. I mean, 12 is pretty much like 20. I mean, and the point isn't to definitely make sure that these are exactly what they say. The point is to give me a starting point. Do you know what I mean? So that's your little Robin Hood hat. I don't know if that works well enough. It's like a little triangular thing, and there's a feather. There we go. Now, there's going to be a whole lot of eyes, as many as I can fit on. And if it ends up being more than 20, because even though I drew some bits in pencil, I'm basically ignoring the pencil now. The pencil was just as a guide to get me started. Okay, so got that. And it's a very furry creature, this one. Very furry. It's got a small mouth. I mean, I know that the mouth is kind of big, but it's kind of small in another sense, because, I mean, it's closed, so... But I need the mouth to be sort of visible. So that is what I'm going to do. That's the compromise. There we go. See, that's a mouth that I would not have drawn had it not been for doing a so-called small mouth. And I know at this point, you know, we could say, hey, Bez, This is not a small mouth. What are you on about? And I would say, yes, you are correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It is 13. This is the sarcasticness. Sounds like me too. Okay. I No, it's all good. I'm glad you love the hats, Runa. It's furry all the way down, and then I'm going to have a little bit of a boop, boop, boop. They're human-ish. I know it's very furry, but it's kind of human-ish. And that is, I guess, its ends. It's kind of like a Sasquatch type thing. So it kind of the fur sort of stops just before the hand. I think that's what's going on with this creature. Yeah. And then I always like to, if I look over here, it's because I've got my hands and I'm looking at my hand to sort of model this hand vaguely on my hand. I'm like, yeah, how does a hand look? What does a hand look like? And so it's like I've got a hand like right here, but I think that looks handy. And there we go, lots and lots of fur. It's going to be such a furry creature. It's just fur all over. And we'll like kind of show off the fact that it is such a furry creature. Hello, J73223. I hope you're generally well. You always have hands. The worst part is sometimes I'm super sarcastic, and then the person I talk to also goes sarcastic, but I don't recognize that and think they are super serious. But yeah, I hope you're generally well. Can I call you J7 for short? Because you're not the only person here whose name begins with J, or yeah, where did your username come from and how did you find me? I'm curious to know. So I am just pondering the nature of, this is ostensibly playful shenanigans, and the playfulness is that there's a chart of little things that oh, is this James from Essex? Are you James from Essex? Lovely to see you, if that is right. I was actually just thinking about you the other day, but I hope you're well. So I have a friend, not seen them since February, I want to say. Like in real life, we've seen each other in February 2020-ish. But yeah. And so yeah, that is James, confirmed from Essex. And Runa is having some sorts of curry. I hope that the curry goes well. Oh, you know what? I might treat myself tonight. I might have myself a takeaway because I do need to do a lot of work, and if I get a bit of work done, maybe I'll reward myself with a nice meal, so I don't need to kind of worry about what's that. Maybe I'll go to Sainsbury's. Maybe I'll see if and Tesco, see if they've got anything reduced. Sometimes around 5 o'clock they have some nice reductions. Okay, so I want to add a little bit of shading just to, with all of these creatures, the light is coming from this direction. And thank you, Runa. I'm glad to hear that you are a fan of this creature. And wait a minute, Jess. The James that you were talking about, were you also meaning the James from Essex, because I don't think this is your James, Jess, unless, I mean, so Jess is just to introduce everyone, Jess is my friend from Harrogate, not Harrogate, that's Saddleworth. Where's Saddleworth? It's somewhere. Wait, am I allowed to? Oh shoot! If you want me to delete this video, Jess, I will do it, because if you don't want people to know where you're from, but Jess is my friend from the middle of England, and maybe not. Wait, so Jess, your friend James is also from Essex. Is that what you're saying? That's wow. So Jess apparently has some friend called James, and I have a friend called James, and yeah, that's life. There are multiple people in the world named James, and we can be friends with more than one of them. That is the way it goes. And that is my little creature. Again, if you have any suggestions for what the game should be called, We Whimsical Creatures, We Whimsical Weirdos, BEZ'S, Bizarre, Beasties, or Minuscule Musical Monsters. I'm starting to like the last name the best, but tell me what you think, and I'll probably do a Twitter poll or something. But I would really like to hear what you think. But yeah, I'm going to stop that there. That is my little monster with a Robin Hood hat. I'm going to add some little folds to this hat. There we go. Oh, and maybe a little bit of lip. Just make the mouth a little bit more. Okay, so that is now this monster with almost 20 eyes. I mean, first, it's 13 eyes that you can see, and who knows how many that you can't see. Furry body, hands for feet, and human-ish arms. Thank you very much. And Jess says, Narak Mac, which means very cute in Thai. And Jess is a fan of the name BEZ'S Bizarre Beasties. I do appreciate that input. Thank you. I'm going to do one more. I know it's gone 5, and I normally only stream for an hour, but I am being productive, so I am going to go for one last beastie, and then I hear it raining outside, but if it is not... Wait. The names, Jess, are on the bottom, so scrolling at the bottom of the screen. So it's this. I'm going to do one last thing, and then I will read Duchess, if Duchess is streaming. It has 3 eyes. It has 1 mouth, just a mouth of any size. It has a shouty mouth. Why is it shouting? It has lots of legs. It's got 6 legs, a bit like an insect. Maybe it's standing up. I don't know. It's got hooves apparently on these legs. Hooves. Oh, and it's got humanish arms, and it's very wrinkly. Oh, interesting. So a wrinkly creature. Okay, so it's a bit shouty. This is a shouty expression. I just realized that I think I tend to draw creatures looking at the left. I don't know why that is. And we've got 3 eyes. Jess, I am glad that you enjoyed. Yeah, those musicians are fantastic. What did I say? 6 things, and human-ish arms. So that's what an arm looks like. It's like, yeah, that's an arm. And there's an elbow. And there's a hand of sorts. I just kind of do a bit of the stick figures, so don't know if you can. So that's kind of how I draw in the pencil first. Oh, and thank you, James, for following. So we've got that, and it's going to have a weird tapered waist, and then what did we say? Oh, we said wrinkly. It's got to be a bit wrinkly. This is going to be very insect, almost spiderish. I know spiders have 8 legs, but one, two, three, four. It doesn't really matter as long as it's 6-ish. I mean, there we go. And why does it only have one arm? Well, I guess that's human-ish. And so, yep, I need to add some wrinkles. I need to think about how we can make this more wrinkly. Okay, I'm going to do this. I am just now starting to draw some of the lines where the wrinkles will be, and there, I think I am happy with this now. Now for the little pens. This is always a moment of tension. It's like, oh, I've drawn all the things with the pencil. I could delete it all. I could rub it out. But with the pen, there's no going back. That is good. It is apparently natural source of calcium with added vitamin D. But having said that, it is strawberry milk, so there is quite a bit, I'm sure, of fats and sugar in it. Per 100 grams, per 100 milliliters, and there's 1 liter in this, there's 5 grams of sugar. That's quite a bit. It is quite a lot. What kind of teeth? Should we have pointy teeth or flat teeth? Let's go with humanish teeth. What do you think? If you have any opinion on the teeth, then let me know before I start drawing them. Otherwise, it is too late. This is going to be the wrinkliest monster I can. It's not going to be the wrinkliest monster possible. We can always do a little bit better. But it's important to be satisfied in ourselves. I need to keep reminding myself of that, because I forget. And yes, it is true that Jess and I met up a tree. That is 100% true. So this monster, I don't know whether to call it a monster or a beastie, but it is kind of a bit wrinkly. And there's also strange wrinkles going on with these arms, maybe. I don't know what's going on with these arms. I really don't. This feels, maybe I've overdone it, but hey ho, this is kind of a, let's see what happens. This was humanish. It is still kind of humanish. And yeah, it's getting less and less human, but you can still see the humanoid nature, right? That's clearly a human-ish arm. What am I going to do with the monsters? I'm going to get Chris to scan them all in, and I'm going to print them all out, hopefully for UK Games Expo. And then I'm going to charge people £5 if they want all the monsters. No one had an opinion on all these things. Why do you feel scared, Jess? And thank you, James. I'm glad that it works well for you. Oh, I totally forgot to pop this bit of paper down, just in case there's a bit of, ink seeping through. Do we want just a random tongue? Even though tongues don't even start from there, it's kind of funny to have it start from there. So, what are you calling a monster? That's such a... It just wants to be loved. It just wants a hug. And it might be a bit sweaty and wrinkly, but it just wants a hug. And it's only got one arm. I mean, poor creature, it's struggling. I mean, would you really say no to hugging this spider marshmallow? I don't know how to describe this anymore. I have to be honest, I would say no. I would, well, if it, I would be a bit concerned. But sort of little insect legs, those are the joints between the things. I should have had a little bit more of an angle. Each one should be pointing out a little bit more, and then they come together right now. Man, the Beatles were so great. Tony Hart was lovely. See the crowd. And I'm going to continue this since I've got the space. Maybe there's another leg coming off here, as well as the one in the back. And you need me. I can't add the lyrics, but I don't disagree. Let's come together right now. Over me. Okay, that's a little leg in the background. Trying to keep them a little bit thinner or darker in the background to give it a little bit of weight. And I've started drawing a seventh leg, which I guess means that this really is going to be a spider. So it doesn't need to have the 8 legs. So there we go. Is that not a creature that just wants a cuddle? There we go. And it's going to be really wrinkly, really wrinkly. And extra shading on this side, kind of accentuating the wrinkle lines. Maybe with the shading, we'll see how that works. Let's see if I can. Can it be wrinklier? Can it be wrinklier? Maybe it can. I think it can. I think it could always be a bit wrinklier. And Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I'm tempted to do the end of a second arm, like, because if the other arm was here, then the other arm would kind of go like that. Maybe you just see the hand. Yeah, I don't know, would that be, or maybe like the hand's coming back there, maybe, yeah, should we see the other one? I think I'm a little behind with the, yep, I did write a song about Jess, that is true. I have played um, thing, cardboard box, that is also true. Should I do a second hand? That is what I am wondering. I feel like maybe if I do some kind of voice lines here, and I think it could have, yeah, I think this is the first time I've actually used a rubber on this pad. I think if I have a thing going like that, that could work. So let's go like that, and pew 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 pew. Oh, that looks weird, but I'm going to stick with it. I've done it now. I slightly regret it, but I don't regret it too much. Life's too short for major regrets. And okay, that is the end. That is what this monster is all about. This monster is shouting, and thank you very much. I'm glad that you like it, Jess. So that is my monster. And I am going to take a wee break. I'm going to read Duchess. I might pop very quickly to the local supermarkets, because around this time is when they sometimes start to put on the reductions. Exactly, bargain time. That's what it's all about. So I'm moving this forward. So, is Duchess streaming? Is Duchess streaming? Duchess is not streaming today. Huh. There we go. Duchess is not streaming today. There is Spielwerks. Yeah, I'm not going to stream for 40 minutes and then go into someone else. So, do you fancy Wildermyth, which is that's Russ is doing video games. Going Optimal is doing Performing Nerd. Let's go to Performing Nerd. I don't know if I've ever rated them. So this is someone who's a comedian and also can do a Rubik's Cube very quickly. You should stick around to see them solve a Rubik's Cube. It's not going to take very long. It normally takes them like 20 seconds. I want to say, firstly, shouts out to Runa Elinor. There we go. Yep, there is Runa. If you are not already following Runa, then please check them out. Just to recap, what have I actually managed to do on this stream? Oh, I didn't just do 3 things, I did 4 things. Cool. That makes me slightly happier. So over the course of the last 80 minutes, I drew this bird thing with boils and a bee stinger. I drew this kind of robotish thing with that tongue square box. I drew this I don't know what's going on here with that little Robin Hood hat, and it's kind of like a monkey with the hands. And then this is like a crab thing. And yep, that's the crab thing. So I want to say thank you. Thank you, Flo, for being here. I do very much appreciate it. Let me go to my goodbye banners. Yep, so if you want to check me out, then please go to links, and I'm going to say it every time from now on. Please check out the design contest and the typography contest. No matter your drawing ability, I believe that everyone should be able to draw 7 letters. Now, do it ideally in a... I want these letters to be readable. Don't... Ideally, somewhat interesting to look at. Honestly, like if you just want to do your handwriting, that's fine. Yeah, brilliant. Well, check out the thing that I was showing on stuffbybez.com/arts contest. Where's my where's that Wikipedia page gone? Art contest. Yeah, so if you like that, then go to stuffbybez.com/arts contest and then draw a bunch of things. And in August, I will kind of look at everything and we'll celebrate everything, and then we'll hopefully say, hey, this is lovely and congratulations to this person. Like maybe you want to draw letters that are textured in some way. Maybe they're, it could be all sorts of things. If I actually twitter.com/ldec, I do apologize for all this self-promotion, but yeah, so like Miles drew these letters, and this is just beautiful. Like this bee, check that out with the mushroom and everything. Hopefully you are seeing it. And then yeah, these are some letters that I drew. Maybe you want to be graffiti inspired. Well, I thought there was some letters that Chris drew here, but there aren't. And but yeah, Miles is doing a fantastic job. But no matter what you want to do, maybe you want to, I don't know, draw a bunch of lines and draw some shapes. Maybe you do want to do it with a pen and paper. Maybe you want to do it with lipstick on paper and then you take a photo of it. No matter your medium, maybe you want to do it with vectors. Maybe you want to actually literally burn something. That would be cool, like kind of burning something to make hearts with it. Maybe you rip up the paper into letter shapes. That would be interesting. But yeah, if you are interested at all in that, please check it out. Check out the design contest. As long as you don't hurt anybody, and as long as, you know, dinna be a numpty. It's the eternal rule. But yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jess, for being here and for conversing. Thank you, Runa, for popping in. Thank you, James, for being here. Thank you, Flo, for being here like right at the start. It's just been lovely having all this company. So lots and lots and lots of love to everyone. If you have anything you want to share, then over to you. What are you up to? You can share, but only if you want to. Anything you're looking forward to? I'm going to the shops in a couple of minutes. If you want to check out my streams, I am streaming again in 2.5 hours. And yep, we're going to be reading, and we're going to be reading the Performing Nerd, I said. Lots of love to you all. So much love. And oh, hello, Seekers Cash. I just noticed that you popped in. Well, I'm sorry that you popped in just as I finished, but my next stream we're going to be playing a thing, and so yeah, if you're curious about all the pictures that I drew, I will be putting photos of them up on Twitter, and yeah, but that is that. Lots of love, so much love, and please join me in single. Wait a minute, performing nerds. Oh yeah, performing nerds is doing still Rubik's cubes. That's okay. So lots of love, and for now, there is only one thing that I am going to say, unless you have something that you want to say yourself. But there is one thing that I always want to say, and that one thing is, of course, to say bye, 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 bye. This is the goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye, 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 bye. This is the goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye bye, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Lots of love. Bye bye. Bye bye. See you soon. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. No, thank you. And I will do that after. Bye bye. Bye. Bye.